looking for bail.
How's it going, guys? So instead of doing Diablo, or instead of doing a movie trailer reaction or a game trailer reaction, because it was my last day to have my niece and nephew over, I decided to post on the Twitter. We're going to do some Diablo content. We're going to be doing the first event that I have never done since Diablo 2 expansion first came out, and when they introduced Uber Tristram. Now, if you don't know what Uber Tristram is, it's pretty much something that in the original Diablo 2, it was just Diablo 2. There was only 4 acts. You had the Amazon, the Paladin, the Barbarian, the Necromancer, and the Sorceress. Then they made the expansion, which introduced the Druid and the Assassin. Well, later on through that expansion and through the patches and stuff like that, they introduced Uber Tristram, which basically has Uber Diablo, Uber Mephisto, and Uber Baal. And it's supposed to be endgame, elite level. You need, maxed out, almost godly gear at the time when rune words were being introduced, so was Uber Tristram, to order to actually take this place on. And in order to do that, and now they have in Diablo Resurrected, you have to farm keys. Keys of hate, keys of destruction, keys of terror, which opens 3 portals to fighting Lilith, fighting Doriel, and fighting Iswal, which are all Uber versions. And then you'll get organs for each one of those ones that creates Uber Tristram, that has Uber Diablo, Uber Baal, and Uber Mephisto. Each one has 650,000 life. These are the endgame bosses for basically of Diablo 2. When you defeat all 3 of them, you get something called a torch, which basically gives you 3 extra skills, certain amounts of attributes, certain amounts of resistances. It was basically kind of like your trophy to say, hey, I pretty much beat the hardest bosses that Diablo 2 has to offer. I have never done Ubers. I've joined parties with Ubers at like mild to mid gear and just was not phasing them whatsoever. But I've never done Ubers on battlenet. I've never done Ubers on single player. And you may hear cargo by, so I do apologize. So this is going to be my first time ever. I already collected the organs and stuff like that just to make sure that I can actually do that. So we're going to go over the gear. And then basically what's going to happen is this video is going to... I'm going to mute my mic, and then it'll start with some non-copyright music and stuff like that, so that I can just focus on basically trying to beat this for the very first time. So, I've been watching videos, and, oh, you gotta be kidding me, Diablo walks the earth. Okay, so, apparently we're not going to be fighting. I've been waiting for this dude to show up. I guess you're gonna get a little extra bonus content. Annulus Diablo is going to be a start to find out whether or not you can actually handle Uber Tristram. So let's go kick his ass, I guess. And this is going to be like a really long video apparently, so I wasn't expecting to fight him. He should spawn up here though. There he is. Well, we're gonna get a free Annulus out of it. Because his ass is going down pretty quick. Mark is still alive. Attack speed could be a little faster, but that's the best I can do. Well, that was Annulus Diablo. Yeah, I get it. Let me drop off my Annulus real quick and we'll see what we get out of that. Because right now I'm rocking a 1511. So let's see if we can get something better than that. The game's like, we know you're going to fight Ubers, but we have Annulus Diablo waiting for you too, just to see whether or not you can actually handle it. And well, if you can handle Annulus Diablo, you should be able to handle Uber Tristram. There are certain ways of actually doing that too, but give me something good, game. Give me something good. Ooh, 1816. Oh, that's almost damn near perfect. Because a 2020 is perfect annulus. Alright. Well, yeah. So let me show off the gear, what we're going to be rocking with. And this is basically kind of like budget gear because I don't have end game geared. But Dracula's grass is one of the main factors you need for a smiter if you plan to go into Uber Tristram. You don't need it, but it is highly recommended by any Diablo 2 player that you actually get these gloves because they will be absolutely necessary to keep you alive. I'm using... Let me get my glasses real quick. Crap on it. I do apologize. I'd rather not squint. I'm basically just using Flesh Render because it gives you that 20% crushing blow, gives you that 20% deadly strike, the 25% open wounds, top of the prevent monster heal. Open wounds does not work on Uber bosses, only prevent monster heal does. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. Just a random ring. You can switch it out for Ravenfrost if you really need it that badly, which I might, because it gives you that cold absorb thanks to Bale. T-Gods. Another belt that's going to be highly recommended because Mephisto has conviction and he hits like a Mack truck with his lightning from what I've been hearing about. So there's that. Just using Karen Wind mostly because of the poison resistance. You have that 140 defense to the missiles, 6% life stolen per hit. So on top of that, on top of this, which is 16% life stolen per hit, the life tap is what's really going to save you. Using Gore Riders, another good one to because it gives you that 15% crushing blow. You want to hit around, from one of the videos we're watching, you want to hit about 50 crushing blow will save you a lot of trouble. So we're at about 45. Using Hand of Zacharome or Herald of Zacharome. I pretty much stuck an armor in there. It gives me that resistance to 72. Basically it's giving you like 4 to pally skills and stuff like that. Using Dorial Shell. Armor's baitable what you want to use. Most people will use Dorial Shell just because of the resistances, that extra life. You can't be frozen, just using some random ass amulets. Really anything would really help. I'm using my Shaco because it gives me, well, most of the health and mana, but also gives me the 11 resistances of a jewel that I pretty much put in there. Basically just combat and offensive things, health ones, stuff like that. Of course the annulus we just got. So we're pretty much maxed out on almost all our resistances. I think my Fade wore out, So gotta reactivate Fade, but we're doing about 1400, slightly less than I want to do. I don't know why I'm doing such less damage. Before I was hitting like 2k. And suddenly somehow now I'm hitting 600 damage less than I actually should be. So I'm not sure exactly what's up with that. Oh, it's because I was using Hodo. But yeah, so with Smiters you want to have decent attack speed because you want to pummel them as quickly as possible. From what I know is that Mephisto is going to be the most challenging one out of all of them. Once you get him over and done with, everyone else should be pretty much easy, except for maybe for Diablo because he can spawn minions that have multiple immunities. So you gotta be kind of careful with that. But and then with Merc, I got him using Insight for right now. I don't think we're really gonna need it, but I gave him Gladiator's Bane because can't be frozen. You have the damage and magic reduced by 16 and 20, so that's gonna help out a lot. The faster recovery, and with the Tao's Mask, so it would give him some sort of life steal to stay alive. But we're at 8 minutes right now, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna go proc Fade, and then we'll start up Uber Tristram, and once you get the torch, it's gonna be unidentified as a small charm. And you have a chance of getting out of one of the 7 characters, skills-wise. So, a 2020 can be the best one you can get, but it's completely random which character held torch you actually get. So, I'm aiming for either a Paladin, a Sorceress, or an Amazon, since those are my main ones right now. Because he's level 90, my Sorceress is level 93, and my Amazon's like level 86 or 87, so. But, yeah. I'm a little nervous, I'm going to admit it. My first Uber ever, but we'll see what we can do. Alright? Stay tuned. Alright. Fade took forever to prop, but it's finally here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some music going real quick for myself to rock out with, and then we'll immediately start this up. Alright? 1, Yeah, let's start this up. So 1 second there. Okay, we beat Uber Tristram. As you can see, Mephisto wasn't that bad as long as you lure him away. Diablo was the problem. I didn't think I'd ever get the hell out of there, because Diablo continuously spawns those goddamn minions, and you guys just see how they just continuously just swarm me. One of the few things that I forgot to mention is you want to get Treachery made. Treachery is basically going to allow you to activate Fade, which is going to increase your resistances a lot further. I made this cheap one in this one. Pretty easy runes to get: Shell, Thel, Lem, 3 Socket Armor. There's a 5% chance of it casting Fade, so basically the most easiest way that you can do is you can go in through a group of enemies, or you can do the most safest way is come here and just go into this little fire here and it'll activate it. It may take a while, at least 2 or 3 minutes at most, because it's a 5% chance. And the second thing I forgot to mention is that you cannot open portals in Uber Tristram. So once you're in there, be prepared to be in there. Merc, I wasn't expecting Merc to really live, but thankfully he managed to keep them distracted long enough for me to just be able to fight Bale. And that was kind of the tricky things with Bale and Diablo, is because their minions kept getting in the goddamn way. My arm was getting tired. I'm like, I might have to take a break here, and trying to focus especially on Diablo and trying to continuously hit him, and his goddamn minions would get in the way. But this is our first Hell Torch ever that we've ever gotten, so let's identify this thing. Like I said, I'm really hoping for either Paladin, an Amazon, or Sorceress. There may be more Diablo 1 videos later on, but I know this should reach within the 20 minutes. I didn't think we ever get it this far. We pretty much completed all of Diablo. I mean, beat Annulus Diablo and beat Tristram, Uber Tristram. So this is it. Before we identify this, what do you think it is? Stat-wise, I don't really care. It's just the 3 extra skills what I really care about. But what do you think it is? Like I said, I'm really hoping one of those 3. Come on. Let this be the celebration to entering 2024. Amazon, alright, 11-14. That's a little low. You know, most people want to at least get maybe a 15-18, a medium. Like I said, 2020 is the best you can get. But hey, 11-14, I'm not mad about that. It's literally my first torch ever on single player. And it's also an Amazon one too, which is perfect because at the moment I'm going through the pits with my Amazon and I'm still trying to hunt down that goddamn burr ruin, and I just cannot seem to get that thing to drop. But hey, an Amazon one, I will take it. So I'm proud of myself. Completed Ubers the very first time on single player ever through Diablo 2 since that and in Rune Words were introduced, basically on budget gear. But like I said, Dracula's Grasp is going to be your main priority. Mephisto in Hell difficulty players 3 is going to be your sweet spot for taking him on. And let me tell you, it will take you a really long time. It took me 445 runs before he even dropped this goddamn thing for me. You might get it on your second run. You know, it's just strictly just based on RNG, but that's how long it took me to get it. But as you can see, those gloves will help you out a lot in Uber Tristram. You know, especially when you're getting surrounded by the minions, you know, start whacking one of his minions to activate that life tap prop. You know, it's 5% chance, so it may not activate, it may not activate. Make sure you're carrying full rejuvenations. With Bale, one people said you want to carry some mana regeneration potions because he might use a mana burn on you. As you can see, he really didn't. He just used his little tendril crap. But yeah, Dracula's Grasp is going to be your main one. Like I said, this is just budget here because normally most people use the Grief, which gives you like an ass ton of stats. But I may have the runes to make it, but I think pretty sure one of them consists of a burr rune. If that's the case, I don't have that. But yeah, if you can get hold of Flesh Render, I socketed, put a shell rune in there. It usually has fast attack speed. I made it for the very fast attack speed. It's mostly just that crushing blow you really want. Get yourself a hold of Gore Riders. You can get those also Mephisto. Herald of Zacharome, you can get that off of Mephisto. You can also get off his armor rack in this room. It's a rare chance to get off the armor rack. You probably have a higher chance to get it on Mephisto. But high-end defense of 490 with a max block rate of 75, I mean, you're not going to get much better than that. I mean, the only thing I would say is just, for me, is just changing out my amulet. But most people will use, I will show you, if you're not going to use a Hurricane Shaco, people will use this because it gives you that 35% crush and blow, and that's what's really going to matter. And on top of that, 30 fast hit recovery. Speaking too fast, so my words might jumble. Like I said, this is a budget armor. If you can't get a hold of this, even something like a Guardian Angel, is actually good too, because it gives you that extra 30% block rate. It gives you that 1 to paladin skills, the 15 maximum, fire or resistances, and 2. That's another good thing. I pretty much have my Enigma, which I was basically just teleporting around. Most people will not have a bear rune to do it. I actually had to make my own bear rune, and my jaw runes I found one in Lure Kyros and one from the Travical in Endurance of Hatred level 3. Most people will use a staff which has telecharges. Really good budget thing, but it can be extremely expensive, so be prepared to for those repairs. Another one, Crush Flang, a really good one too, because it gives you that 33% crushing blow on top of that 15 extra strength if you're looking for that too, on top of that resistance to fire, that 50% fire resistance too, which will help it against like something like Diablo. So that you can hear my fan in the background, so I do apologize. Mercenary wise, I'd say stick to your Act 2 Mercenary, because it might keep me distracted for you in a few seconds for you to activate your life tap. As you can see, Mephisto was being a little ass and didn't want to follow me up there and kill off my merc, but we managed to knock him out. My personal opinion, a lot of people say Mephisto is the worst one of all to take on because of his conviction. I think it's Diablo. As you can see, I got swarmed, but I still managed to continue to click that mouse and finally get Diablo. But hey, we got a Amazon torch, so I will easily take that, and we're gonna switch that over to our Amazon, and yeah, that's about it. So you guys will actually see this video sometime around dinner time ish, and then I don't know, I might do more Uber Trish runs and stuff like that, make some videos with that too. But this is on the original Diablo 2, the 1.14 version, not Diablo 2 Resurrected. So different rune words and crap like that, so it'll be completely different from that version of Diablo. But thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys were rooting for me. And make sure to think about like. Make sure to think about dropping a like. Think about subscribing. Leave comments below. Let me know, when was the first time you guys did Uber Tristram? Was it on the original Diablo, or did you guys do it on Resurrected? Were you nervous as I was, or were you pumped up and ready? And I'll make sure to check out those comments. Alright, I'll see you guys.